Hey guys, what's up? So this is part 2 of the Blu-rays I bought in 2012. Like I said, these were purchased probably earlier in the year to early summer. So some of these I might not remember. So forgive me if I don't have much to say about some of them. But first, before I get to the Blu-rays, I gotta give 2 shout-outs. Now, since I've been back for like 2 weeks, I've subscribed to a couple of new people, and I just want to mention 2 of my new favorite subscribings, channels, whatever. I just want to mention 2 of my new favorite channels so far that I've subscribed to. One is Robin176. I didn't even know she had subscribed to me to begin with, but I had never seen any of her videos before, and I guess I don't know what happened. I was like typing, and maybe her video, one of her videos came up in that subscription, what people are watching. But I checked it out, and she's really great. She's definitely by far the best female Blu-ray buyer, video maker out there. So keep up the good work. Check her out. Her link will be down below. And second, I gotta give a shout out to this guy. He's new on the scene. His name is Blue Movie Mania. Really cool guy. If you're into like, Blu-ray updates around the towns, reviews, check him out. He seems cool. He's new, so definitely let's get him some subscribers and let's welcome him to the YouTube world. So check both of them out. Both their links will be down below. And now let's get to it. This first one I actually had for a long time before I even opened it and watched it. It's one of those movies that I just bought just because I'm a hoarder. And it's Lion King 3D. I love the slipcase. I'm telling you, Disney has the best slipcovers in the game right now. So good. This movie, it was better than I remembered, but I don't love Disney classic cartoon movies. I know, call me the Grinch, but I don't know. It's one of those kind of like watch once, and I probably won't watch for a while, but yeah, Lion King. And I love the bloopers on that. It's so great. Next one, a lot of people hate it, but I loved this movie. Even all the people I watched this with didn't like it, but I loved it. And it's The Darkest Hour. It's one of those aliens have landed, end of the world is coming type of movies. I loved it. It was so much fun. There's even one point when they're in a mall, which is amazing. I wish they would have kept it going with that. But it's super fun. The picture quality was great. I don't know really what else there is to say, but it was a fun movie. If you're into like those kind of sci-fi alien movies, I think you should definitely give this one a shot. Great pickup. This next one, I was in Movie Stop and I saw it, and I never heard of it, and I read the descriptions of it, and I was like, okay, it sounds okay. And then I went online, and a few people said it was pretty good, and it's The Divide. This, and also I paid like $7 for this, so I didn't feel too bad if it sucked. But this movie is intense. This is one of those depressing type of movies where you really only want to watch it like once a year, maybe twice, maybe twice a year, or maybe twice every 2 years. But it's crazy. It's like a end of the world type of movie. There's like a nuclear explosion, whatever, and it's a bunch of people trapped in a basement of an apartment building, and it's just they're stuck, and it's just graphic and brutal and depressing, and you're gonna want to watch like Home Alone after this, put it that way. But it was an interesting movie, and I definitely think you should check it out. This next movie was awesome, one of the best action movies that came out this year, and it's Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. It's by far my favorite in the entire series. This one just went balls out. It was just one intense action scene after another. It was just a really fun movie. Just one of those movies that you want to put on your Blu-ray and on your TV and just show it off to people. It's that good. Yeah, and I did love this scene a lot where he's climbing on the building. The one thing that pissed me off is that I think I had pre-ordered this on Movie Stop, and I remember like a month later, Best Buy was selling it for $5, and that just pissed me off because I was like, that would have been the best deal ever. But of course, you know I gotta have it day one. And the only thing I don't like about this is the slipcase. I've seen a bunch of this movie where the slipcase kind of it's like kind of like ungluing itself, and I don't really know why, but must own if you don't already have it. This next one was a surprisingly really good movie, and it's The Gray. It's about a group of guys that their plane crashes, and they're out in where is this, Alaska? They're out in Alaska, and it's just them trying to survive. It actually reminded me of this movie called Alive, which I love, about a rugby team where their plane crashes and they have to survive in the wilderness, in the winter wilderness. Very similar, but this one is a little bit more. It's a little bit more intense. The other movie it's more like them trying to survive and eating each other, which I thought was interesting. But this is more just trying to survive, like the wolves and stuff. But it's really good picture quality, and I would definitely recommend this movie. And it's true, Liam Neeson rarely puts out bad movies, so everything he does just seems to be entertaining. This next one, I remember it being good. I don't remember too much about it, but it's Contraband. And he's another guy, like Liam Neeson. I think Mark Wahlberg is so dependable when it comes to movies. Just anything that he comes out with, you know it's going to be pretty good. And this was also pretty good. I don't remember too much, but I just remember it was just an entertaining movie. I think I might have been disappointed that there wasn't as much action as I thought there was going to be. But, yeah, it's good. This next one is The Women in Black. This was good. It was definitely intense. I remember putting on the surround sound for this one, and I had my fiance and our two friends they came over and we were watching this, and I remember we had the volume up really loud, and whenever anything happened, we all jumped, and it was just so much fun. But I remember it being pretty good. I don't remember being too disappointed in it. I remember the ending being okay, was fair. It wasn't like, oh, that sucks, the ending is horrible. So I remember it being pretty spooky, not like crazy scary, but I remember it being solid. So, and it was nice to see Daniel Radcliffe do something other than Harry Potter. But it's funny because throughout the movie we're like, that's Harry Potter. So, anyways, this next one it's one of the ones I wanted to buy, and then once I watched all three movies, I was like, did I even really need to buy this? Just because I had them all on DVD. And it's the Samuel Jackson triple feature with Deep Blue Sea, The Long Kiss Goodnight, and Snakes on a Plane. I liked all three movies. I like all three of these movies. I think I like Deep Blue Sea the best, just because I love movies that have to do with sharks, and this one is a movie about smart sharks, so that's cool. Although, for those, it technically shouldn't be in this pack if you've seen the movie, but I'm not going to give it away, but you know what I'm talking about. The Long Kiss Goodnight is great. That's one of the best action movies around. It's so good. And Snakes on a Plane is just ridiculous and funny unintentionally, but I could have done without that. I could have done without this just because I had them all on DVD, and I don't really think it was worth upgrading, but whatever. This next one, I was surprised. I really, really like this movie a lot. Great action movie, and it's Haywire. Now, this movie was a lot of fun. It's just it's kind of like Salt in a way, but with Gina Carano. Is that her name? Gina Carano. She is badass. I think she's gonna be in the new Fast movie. I think she's in Fast 5, 6. But she is awesome. I mean, she may not be the best actress, but she can kick butt. I mean, just because she's a MMA fighter, the scenes looked intense. It's just a great movie. I wish this was longer, for sure. It's only an hour and a half, and I wish this was a 2-hour movie because I really wanted more action. And trust me when I say there was a lot of action, but I wanted more. That's how good this movie is. Really, really, really good. Surprisingly good. This one, this was an upgrade, and it's Pulp Fiction. I think I paid $7 for this. It might have been $8 for this. I wish I would have waited because on Black Friday it was like $5. But great movie. Samuel Jackson is phenomenal in this. Full of amazing lines. It's not my favorite Tarantino movie by all means, but it's one of those movies that you have to have in your collection, regardless if it's Blu-ray, DVD, or VHS. Great all-around movie. Great picture quality. Nothing else to say. This movie, I wanted it for this person being in the movie, but I just never wanted to buy it. And I actually got it at Blockbuster. I don't know if they still do this, but they had certain movies that you could buy for like $10. And I bought this one, and it's Hugo. It was a good movie for sure. I liked it a lot. It's not a movie I would watch over and over again, but it was great nonetheless. And remember when I brought out Mission Impossible, how the slip cover kept like ungluing itself? Here we are again with this one. Like, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why. Maybe it's a Paramount thing, but I bought it basically for Chloe Grace Moretz. She's like my favorite upcoming actress. She might even be my favorite actress, period, just because everything she does is just great. And she had a British accent in this movie, and you would have never been able to tell that she's American. Great actress. But yeah, it was a cool movie. I don't know what else to say. And this movie had like one of the best picture qualities I've seen in a Blu-ray to date. It was flawless. This next one, I liked it. It wasn't anything special. And it's Journey to the Mysterious Island. It was cool. I think I might have liked the first one a little bit better, but I still enjoyed this one too. It's basically what you see is what you get, you know. And the picture quality was just okay. I remember it being not blown away at all. This is another one I bought at Blockbuster for $10, and this was a steal because at the time this movie was $30 everywhere. And it's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Great packaging, by the way. Unfortunately, when you buy it at Blockbuster, I bought the Blu-ray copy and they didn't give you the DVD with it, which is fine because I don't need the DVD copy, but it's kind of an incomplete set. But I saw this in the theater, and I remember thinking it was okay. I thought it was overhyped, but then when I rewatched it, I thought it was really, really good. Much better than when I saw it in the theater. And the pitch quality is amazing, and it's just a good, intense movie for sure. And I still have not seen the original, and I really don't plan on it. And by the way, do any of you know that if they're making a sequel to this, if they're going to do the whole trilogy? Because it's starting to look like they're not, because I haven't heard anything about it, but not a big deal. Speaking of Daniel Craig, this next one, I hadn't bought when it came out, and it was on sale at Target for like $10, which was really good, and it's Dreamhouse. And this is one of those movies where I wanted to predict what was going to happen, and I can't remember, because to be honest, I don't really remember this movie. I remember it being like one of those kind of supernatural, kind of ghost-ish type of movies. I don't remember the ending, but I remember the whole time trying to see if what I thought was going to happen, and I don't remember. I wish I could. But, an interesting note, these two, Rachel Weisz and Daniel Craig, got married through this movie. I remember they met on set, so that's interesting. This next one, I guess did really bad at the box office. And I don't really know why. Maybe they didn't promote it good, or maybe the guy can't carry the movie. I don't know. But it's John Carter 3D. And, you know, I like the movie. I didn't think it was horrible. I didn't love it. I just, you know, I was in the middle. I thought it was pretty good. I thought the picture quality was amazing. I thought the idea of the movie was cool. It was a little long, to be honest. But, it was a fun movie, but not my favorite by any means. And once again, an amazing slipcover. This next one, it was okay, and it's gone. I like Amanda Seyfried. I think she's great. I think she's a star. I think she has that it quality. I thought the movie was okay. I thought the story was okay. It was just an okay all-around movie. But I remember the picture quality being pretty good. And also, I remember watching the movie, and I remember there was a scene where there was either a Chipotle truck or a Chipotle sign, and I remember pointing it out. So, which has nothing to do with the movie whatsoever, which goes to show you how kind of forgettable the movie was. But if you're a Amanda Seyfried fan, buy it, because she's in the whole thing from beginning to end. This next one was cool for sure. I liked the cast, and it's just one of those intense movies where the whole movie is almost shot in one entire spot, and it's Man on a Ledge. I don't think this did really good at the theater at all. I remember seeing the trailer in a movie when I was watching a Blu-ray. I don't remember if it was in the theater or not, but so I don't know how well it did. But this movie was great, great intense movie, a lot of fun, and just overall, like if you want a good intense movie, definitely check it out. Next one, I thought it was awesome. This is probably my favorite of the series, and it's Underworld Awakening. And I love the slipcase. I love Sony's 3D cases, how it's not thick, but it's just the whole thing 3D. I love that. This was good. I remember watching the beginning, and she whooped butt in the beginning. Like, in the beginning of the movie, she was doing stuff to these guys, and I'm like, wow, that looks awesome. Like, she was doing backflips and breaking necks and shooting people in the most slick type of way. So cool. Great picture quality, and it was great to have her back in the series because she was born to play this role. And Kate Beckinsale overall is just a really cool actress. Really, I've seen her do chick flicks, crazy action movies, villain, everything. So she's awesome. This next one, I thought I was gonna like it more. Don't get me wrong, I liked it a lot, but. And I don't know really what to categorize this movie as. And it's This Means War. Great cast. I mean, you got Tom Hardy, you got Chris Pine, and you got Reese Witherspoon. It's kind of like it's a comedy. It's like half of it's comedy and half of it's action. It's not a full comedy, not a full action movie. It's so weird, but it's a fun movie nonetheless. It's really a chick flick that has action in it, to be honest. But it was good, and I liked it. And finally, probably the most disappointed movie in this little 20 movies that I'm showing you. I was most disappointed in it just because I was really looking forward to this movie. And it's Safe House. I mean, it's good. I shouldn't say good. It's solid, for sure. You can never go wrong with Denzel. But something about this movie just... I don't know. It just wasn't one of my favorites of his. I don't even know if I would put it in my top 10 Denzel movies. It just, I don't know. Maybe the flow of the movie, maybe it just didn't have enough mystery or intenseness or suspense for me. I don't know, but I was disappointed. And it had nothing to do with Denzel, because Denzel is solid as usual. Ryan Reynolds, does his thing. I don't know what to say. I just found it to be okay, but it doesn't suck. And there you have it. This is my part 2 of my Blu-rays of 2012. Be on the lookout soon for part 3. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. Check out the 2 people that I mentioned. Subscribe to them. And thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you on part 3.